China has identified the cause of the mysterious new virus.
Coronavirus.
There are fears a rapidly spreading virus has reached Australia.
This is a rapidly emerging situation where there is not a cause for alarm.
We will be standing up Christmas Island as a quarantine area.
I have today declared that the coronavirus presents a public health emergency in the United States.
We will be with our friends again. We will be with our families again. We will meet again.
Index. Ray V, Director, Strategic Sourcing US Supply Chain, USA.
We really are in the most challenging time that we have ever faced.
2 years into the pandemic, and the country is facing a new type of crisis.
We have a whole lot of places where, around 50% of the staff are just out.
There's a multitude of aspects of the supply chain, and they're all breaking.
Many of the foods and products we're used to seeing at our local shops are disappearing. The complex chain of manufacturing, transporting and even stacking shelves is breaking down for one simple reason: not enough workers.
This absenteeism problem is the biggest issue that supply chains have faced over the last 2 years, and that's saying something.
COVID-19 threatened that foundation like never before. No industry was spared from the effects of coronavirus, but the food industry had a unique set of challenges to overcome, many of which we are still navigating today. When the pandemic first arrived in the US, there were inventory surpluses as our customers were following stay-at-home regulations. Then, we saw beef industry capacity decrease to around 50% as production facilities began to close and people began to fall ill with COVID-19. Simultaneously, demand from customers began to normalise, which threatened to create shortages of ingredients in our restaurants. These rapid swings between surplus and potential shortfall created new challenges to matching supply to consumer demand. In our restaurants, as news of industry shortages was spreading throughout the country, managers were ordering a little extra food as backup to ensure their ability to serve local customers. In a system as large as ours, if everyone decided to order an extra case or two, it could further exacerbate the risk that we would eventually run out. Amidst massive industry supply chain volatility, McDonald's ensured there were no breaks anywhere in the world. How did we do it? We relied on the relationships within our supply chain that we have fostered over many years. There are many levers we can pull in order to maintain control of our inventory and assure supply for our customers. We are taking lessons from this crisis and adapting for the future. As a supply chain, we are constantly planning for natural disasters, facility closures in one part of the country, and making contingencies to divert supply from one area to another in times of crisis. A less likely scenario was the onset of a global pandemic that would threaten the operation of food systems throughout the world. We are constantly learning and evolving as this pandemic continues to impact our food system. The impact of COVID-19 on McDonald's supply chains. The COVID-19 pandemic significantly disrupted McDonald's vast global supply chain, impacting everything from ingredient procurement to product delivery. Here's a breakdown of the key effects: disruptions, demand fluctuations, labour shortages, border closures and travel restrictions, price fluctuations, consequences, ingredient shortages, increased costs, operational challenges, McDonald's response, supplier diversification. McDonald's emphasised diversifying its supplier base to reduce dependence on any single source and mitigate future disruptions. Inventory management. The company focused on stricter inventory management to ensure they had essential supplies on hand during uncertain times. Menu flexibility. In some cases, McDonald's offered a more limited menu to adapt to available ingredients.
You will see some differences. You're absolutely right. You're going to see masks and gloves on our employees. You'll see social distancing decals on the floors and the tables. Our self-service beverage bars are going to be closed, and of course our play places are going to be closed out of the utmost precaution. But you're also going to see a lot of things that are going to be the same. You'll still be able to get our world-class, world-famous French fries. Certainly Big Macs will still be available. And while you might not be able to see the smiles underneath the mask, you'll see the smiles in our crew members' eyes.
Long-term effects, increased focus on supply chain resilience. The pandemic highlighted the importance of a robust supply chain. McDonald's is likely to continue investing in strategies to ensure its supply chain can withstand future disruptions. Shift towards automation. The pandemic might accelerate automation in some parts of the supply chain to reduce reliance on manual labour. Overall, COVID-19 exposed vulnerabilities in McDonald's global supply chain. The company has adapted by diversifying suppliers, managing inventory more tightly, and potentially looking towards automation. These changes are likely to shape McDonald's supply chain for years to come. What measures were taken? Here are some specific measures McDonald's took to mitigate the effects of COVID-19 on their supply chain. Supplier diversification. To avoid relying on a single source that could be disrupted, McDonald's increased efforts to diversify their supplier base. This involved finding new suppliers for key ingredients in different geographical locations. Strength and collaboration. They likely intensified communication and collaboration with existing suppliers to anticipate and address potential shortages. This could involve sharing forecasts and production plans to ensure better alignment. Inventory management. McDonald's most likely implemented stricter inventory management practices. This might involve using safety stock extra inventory for critical ingredients, implementing just-in-time inventory systems for less critical items, and leveraging data analytics to optimize stock levels. Menu flexibility. As a response to potential ingredient shortages, McDonald's likely adopted a more flexible menu approach. This could involve temporarily removing certain items or offering alternative options based on available supplies. Investment in technology. The pandemic might have spurred McDonald's to invest in technologies that improve supply chain visibility and efficiency. This could include implementing track and trace systems for better monitoring of ingredient movement or using data analytics to optimize logistics and transportation. By taking these measures, McDonald's aimed to create a more resilient supply chain that could withstand future disruptions and ensure a consistent flow of ingredients to their restaurants. The role of technology in McDonald's supply chain. McDonald's relies heavily on technology throughout its vast supply chain, from farm to fryer. Here's a breakdown of how technology plays a crucial role, optimizing inventory management, enhancing efficiency and visibility, improving communication and collaboration, personalization and upselling,